Hi there, I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll learn American culture and business know-how to become confident in English. You know what can be confusing in English? Prepositions, especially when you're trying to give directions over the phone or by email, when someone is coming to visit your office, or when you're trying to set up a meeting over coffee for networking, for instance. In any case, here are a few expressions that can help you get the right preposition. Let's go. When we describe where we're at or where we're going to, we use different prepositions of place like at, on, to, etc. Plus, we often use phrasal verbs like get on or get off, and all of these prepositions make English a pretty tricky language. Don't worry, you're allowed to make mistakes. People will still mostly understand. And in the worst case scenario, it'll sound a little funny. But if you use prepositions correctly, it will show that you totally master even the most difficult parts of the English language. You're a step above most non-native English speakers. During any trip by train, you can say that you're on the train. And this is a preposition that many students have trouble with because it's illogical. Nobody actually travels on a train, except maybe if you're James Bond or something. So it would make sense to say in the train, right? Well, yes, you're right, and it's a little absurd, but that's how the English language works. I'm sorry. But don't worry, if you use in, we'll understand, but it'll sound a little weird. In American English, we just naturally say, I'm on the train. For example, you should get on the bus before it leaves, or text me when you're on the train. Getting off a means of transportation, such as a train or a bus, means to disembark. Some students would use exit, but that's very formal for official announcements, for instance. And get out is only used for personal cars. And we often want to get to a specific place before getting off public transportation. For this, we use the preposition at. For example, get off the subway at the Lexington Avenue station. I'll meet you there. Or, I'll get off at Union Square so we can grab something to eat. A building is located on a specific street. For instance, there are 40 theaters on Broadway. And if you want to give your address, you can say our office is located on Lexington Avenue right next to the Chrysler Building. Or, we're on Montgomery Street, right across from the Trans-America Pyramid. And it's a good idea to use landmarks. For example, if you're in San Francisco, you know where that famous building, the Trans-America Pyramid, is. For a full address, with a street number, we use at. Now, this is the preposition where students struggle most because we don't often give our full address. So they try in, on, or other things that sound logical, but we don't actually use. For example, The main entrance of the building is at 1 Liberty Plaza. If you need a parking garage, there's one at 10 Liberty Street. Or we have offices at 1350 Broadway, at 157 West 35th Street, and at 1 Pennsylvania Plaza. Or, to end with a little quiz for you, what famous New York building is located at 175 Fifth Avenue? Write down your guess in the comments or Google it and then put the correct answer. And if you want to immediately understand 12 everyday expressions that Americans say fast, get my free pronunciation and comprehension lesson with exercises. Just click the image below. And of course, subscribe to my channel so you get a new English lesson each week. Thanks for watching Speak English with Christina, and I'll see you next time.